What's up guys, PyPop101 here. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make your own custom spell for Blade and Sorcery. So let's get started. First off, go to wherever you store your mods, and we want to create a new folder, and I will name it Second Fire, because what we're going to be doing today is making a second fire spell. Now that we have our second fire, what we're going to want to do is get the proper JSONs. So what we're going to need to do is go into our JSONs, and if you don't already have this, I have a tutorial in the description that will show you how to get all the JSONs. So once we've got all these, we're going to want to get our JSONs. So first off, why don't we go to our items, and we're going to want to scroll down. So we just want to copy this one right here. Go back, go to our spells, we can copy the default fire spell. We're going to want to grab a container. So what I'd highly recommend grabbing a JSON from a mod that already adds a spell into the game. So for example, if I go into my Trials the Shinobi right here, I will simply just take a container because the container is already set up for spells. So just copy and paste it in. And last but not least, the only other JSON related to the spell that we need to get is our effect JSON. So in our case, if we scroll down, we can get the spell orb fire. Copy and paste this fourth one in. And last but not least, the last JSON that we actually need, which you can get from any mod. So for example, if I just take telekinesis, is our manifest. Now these 5 JSONs are the ones that you need in order to make your very own custom spell. That is another additional spell on the spell wheel. Since I'm going to be making this a second fire spell, I'm just going to rename it Second Fire. And just so you guys know, I'm using Second Fire for this, so I'm going to need to keep the naming the very same for a lot of the other stuff as well. So I'll get into that. So we have our spell orb fire. So why don't we just name the Second Fire orb? I'm going to want to change the ID right here. So Second Fire orb right there. Just so you guys know, we need the ID and the JSON name to be the same. They don't necessarily need to be, but it's good practice. So item underscore spell underscore, instead of spell fire, why don't we do spell second fire? Or better yet, instead of item underscore spell fire, let's just do second fire. Open it up. Second fire right there. The display name, we want it to be different than the original fire, so we'll name it Second Fire. The author name is obviously PyPop101. We don't need the description or anything, but just in case you want one. There you go. Something simple like that would do. And we want to change the spell orb right here, the one that we just did. So Second Fire orb. Make sure not to change anything else, guys. Scroll down to the bottom, and we're going to want the spell ID name to be Second Fire. So the spell ID, which is Second Fire, correlates to this spell right here, which we're going to name it Second Fire in a minute. And just so you guys know, everything does connect. That's how you get this all to work. Now that we've done that, we can change this to be Second Fire so that these two connect now. Open it up. Now, in order to actually make sure they connect, the IDs need to be the same. So just remember, it's not necessarily these that matter, but it's actually the IDs right here. So we have right here the spell ID, Second Fire, and the actual spell JSON. The ID is Second Fire right here, which is exactly what we want. Close out of that. And if you want to modify the values, you can to make your spell whatever you like. There's a whole lot of things you can change, like, for example, if you want to change the projectiles, or if you want to change the amount of mana and focus and stuff that's actually used with the spells, speed of the projectiles. And just so you guys know, this right here would need to be changed if you are making your own custom spell with code. So if you are just doing a JSON and color rechange of the spell, that's perfectly fine. But just know if you want a coded spell, you're going to need to change this. I'll make a tutorial on that in the future. This is just a more basic one. And if you're going to be changing this, you need the DLL in here as well, which is the script that actually tells this spell what to do. But that's really it for this part. So if we save it and we go into our manifest right here, name it Second Fire, add a very nice description. Author is you. Make sure that the game version is 0.11.0.0. It's very important or else it won't work. These are all the JSONs we need to get our spell working in-game. So that is it, guys. If you liked the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. Thanks for watching.